most continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's go! Watch the edge. Inside. 50's the mark.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
All day, baby, all day, all day, all day.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hey, let's get this.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Hey, you're on an island over there.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Jump out. Check three.
Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A first down catch for Allen Lazard, who's turned out to be a personal favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. He's carved out a nice role in this Packers receiver rotation.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, Mike. He's coming, double up. He's coming, double up.
Check 37, check 37.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hey, come on, oh, come on, oh.
Shift. Watch the shift. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, that QB's
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. He's checking. He's checking. He's out there.
Rodgers to throw once more. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Green 18.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he's got some space here. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Jones' throw complete to Freiermuth. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 4.
Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Check, check. Fresno. 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 60
Now Jones. Out to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Slam, slam. Back smart. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Lewis.
Easy work.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
55 to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, 88.
Check 13.
Check 4.
Check 50.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact.
Mike 50. In your face. Check it back. Hey, check 26.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it with Jones. And now he's going to dive and be marked down on a play that really turns out bad for this offense. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. What a great start. You get the points on the first drive of the game. Now here you get an interception. Look to add to your lead.
And I just wonder about the strategy we saw coming right back at them. Yeah, they're down, but I felt like they were pressing it too much. They didn't need to play catch-up this early in the game, and it ended up costing them.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Check 99. Mikey 18. Half for 11. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Shoot.
Throwing Jones. That swung out wide to Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Jones on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 26, check 26. Check. Lucky.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. On 4th down, the rookie Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Mike 5-5.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Here we go, G. Watch tight end. 3 down. Mike 55. Mike 55. Oh, yeah.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. This is Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Easy.
Rodgers going to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Watson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Five yards remain on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Jones running left. Down right around the 25. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 3.
Now Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, take 26.
Rodgers now to throw. Open man, here is Cobb. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and 6 from the 10.
Come on, D. Switch. Hey, Mike.
On play action, now Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Here's Jones. On first, Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Second and 21, a lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, it's brought in by Harris. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Play action, Jones. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Jones now on first down. Open man completes it to Claypool. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And 2020 was a strong draft for receivers, and the Steelers got an excellent one in the second round in Chase Claypool out of Notre Dame. 11 total touchdowns last year. Among rookies, only Jonathan Taylor of the Colts had more. A strong catch there.
No. Off. Pick the edge. Go.
Jones throwing on first down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Working with a 2nd and 4. They run again with Harris, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Chase Claypool with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Out. 26. 55. Check, 55, Mike.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Man out. Shift. Slam.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Jones, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here I come. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Shift.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 36.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
I got it.
Hey, check right.
On third down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Finds his tight end Ingram. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Mike's 50. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Mike's 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack on 1st and under pressure, they got him again. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35.
I'm only going to be able to carry it so far.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That's the way to make it.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Extra point now by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers finding room at the 30. They find some open field here. And finally down at the 32-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Now Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. Wiggles free. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On 2nd and 9. Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll roll him out right. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones bringing it in. Jackson left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now Jones. He's got his tight end, Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here. Not done in the 4th. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Now time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Rodgers' throw taken in by Watkins here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rodgers to throw.
Strip that ball.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the foot.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are right back in this football game. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down.
26.
Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Steelers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
we'll see Joe Burrow taking on Aaron Rodgers. The Packers and Bengals squaring off for just the 14th time, with Cincinnati winning 3 of the last 4. It's all headed your way next on EA Sports.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Here we go. 180. Ready, set.
4 down, 4
Stop.
down.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Good stop, T.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 74 yards. From the 27, Burrow.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season. Coming off the MVP. On 1st down, Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 16 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with Rodgers. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And the result, a Green Bay score. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Big 13. Big 13.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Oh, some strong running. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins.
7 yards the pick up there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Come on.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
On 1, ready?
Check, 59. They can't hang with us.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
1st down. Here's Burrow. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bengals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
We got 4.
They'll give it to Mixon.